The first time he heard her voice, Ethan was 14. It was raining hard, the kind of downpour that turned sidewalks into rivers and forced people to duck for cover under store awnings. Ethan was on his way home, his hoodie pulled over his head as he trudged through puddles, when he heard it. Ethan. The voice was soft, almost drowned out by the patter of raindrops, but unmistakable. He stopped, turning around, expecting to see her standing there, her usual mischievous grin lighting up her face. But there was no one. He brushed it off as his imagination. His childhood friend Lily had moved away 2 years ago, and he hadn't heard from her since. Maybe he was just missing her, he reasoned. But as he walked on, the voice lingered, as if carried by the wind, following him all the way home. Over the years, the voice returned every time it rained, whenever the sky darkened and the first drops began to fall. He would hear her calling out to him. Sometimes it was just his name, whispered as if from far away. Other times, it was a laugh, the same laugh she used to share with him when they were children. Once, he even thought he heard her singing the lullaby she'd hum when they'd sit by the lake, watching the raindrops ripple across the water. By the time he was 17, Ethan had stopped brushing it off as coincidence. He knew it was her voice, reaching out to him through the rain, and he knew it meant something. She was calling him, leading him somewhere, though he didn't know where or why. One night, as the rain poured down outside his bedroom window, Ethan made a decision. He was going to follow her voice. He was going to find her. The next morning, the clouds were still heavy, and the rain hadn't let up. Ethan threw on his raincoat and stepped out into the downpour, letting the water soak through his shoes as he listened. Ethan. Her voice was faint, but it was there, drifting through the rain like a ghostly echo. He followed it, weaving through the streets, past familiar places from their childhood. The old playground where they used to swing side by side, daring each other to go higher. The candy store where they'd save up their allowance for gummy worms and sour drops. Each place held a memory, fragments of the past that seemed to come alive with each step. As he walked, he felt her presence more strongly, as if she were walking beside him, guiding him. The voice led him to a small park on the edge of town. It was a place they'd discovered together, hidden and quiet, with a single bench overlooking a pond. They used to come here whenever they wanted to escape, sharing secrets and dreams as they watched the rain dance on the water's surface. He stood by the pond, listening to the rain and waiting, hoping she would appear. But there was only silence. "Lily," he whispered, feeling foolish for talking to someone who wasn't there. "Where are you?" The rain fell harder, the drops bouncing off the pond in ripples. And then he heard her voice again, closer this time. "Ethan, don't stop." It was all he needed. He kept going, each step fueled by memories and the unshakable feeling that she was leading him somewhere important. The voice guided him to an old bookstore, a place they'd visited only once. They ducked inside to escape a storm, spending hours browsing dusty shelves and reading poetry to each other. As he entered, he felt a strange pull toward the back of the store, to a corner where the light was dim and the smell of old paper was thick in the air. Instead, he felt her presence all around him, in the coolness of the rain, in the quiet whispers of the wind, and in the memories they had shared. She was gone, but she wasn't truly lost. She had left a part of herself with him, and he knew that whenever it rained, he would feel her by his side, like a gentle echo in his heart. As he turned to walk home, he felt a strange sense of peace. She had given him closure, a final gift, and though he missed her, he knew she would always be with him, a voice from the rain that would never truly fade.